Well, today we thought it'd be fun to share some of our favorite habits, the little things that we personally do every day that make a big difference in our lives. Because I think a lot of people think success is built on massive overhauls, but in reality, it's just these small, repeatable things that we stack consistently. So we want to walk through a few of our go to habits, why we do them, how we do them, and get super specific so that way you can try them out yourself.
All right, Mackenzie, what's going on in your world? Anything exciting?
But yeah, I have my big trip coming up in less than 48 hours, and I haven't packed, haven't done anything for it. So there's that.
Like completely against like the way you work in life, right?
Yeah, normally I'm packed like 2 weeks in advance, like fully prepped, and so yeah, this is yeah, just I think it's causing extra stress because usually I'm more prepared.
Okay, so is this like strategically you're trying to wait, like, oh, let me test myself, whatever, or is this just like, man, this is so crazy. I haven't even gotten a chance to do this and now I'm freaking out.
Yeah, it's more of like I literally just haven't had a second to breathe or do anything else and think about packing. So yeah, we're gonna get to that hopefully late tonight. I'm gonna pull a rager and just like pack and stay up super late, but we'll see.
Are you a light packer? Like in terms of like do you bring like your whole wardrobe like some people do, or
Um,
are you just like
well,
basics?
I definitely tend to be over prepared. Like I like to have a lot of options and just make sure I got everything covered, but also like I don't bring a checked bag. I just put everything in a carry-on. So also I don't. So I guess kind of in between maybe.
Yeah. And I think I don't know. I think it's easier for men because I know I'm always like the night before I'm like, yeah, what should I pack in here? It's like, oh, the same thing I always bring, right? Shorts, jeans, shirts, you know, bathing suit, done. You know,
Guys have it so easy. I feel like they always wait until like 10 minutes before they gotta go and then just like throw in a couple of like shirts and shorts and you're like, all right, cool, good to go.
yeah, you really could. I mean, it's not too much, right? Pretty basic.
Typical men. I like it.
Little man.
What else is going on with you?
I was thinking, I actually was talking to a couple guys at the gym today, and we were just chit chatting random stuff, and they're like, oh, what's going on today or what tonight? And I was like, oh, I gotta record my podcast. And they're like, oh, you have a podcast? I was like, yeah. So I was talking to them about it, and I was like, I've talked about you guys before too. They're like, they're older guys, and yeah, I was just telling them like one of the things I love about the gym is going to see the people, the social aspect of it, the same people, and you get to know them better, and they're changing their life and everything like that. And they were like, that's so true. They're like, that's one of the reasons we come every day is just we just enjoy seeing the people that we like here and that we get to talk to and catch up and so it's just one more reason for them to come to the gym. Obviously, the physical part of it is great for them as well, but that mental side, like we've talked about, and then the social side, being able to have that social contact, I think is so important, especially the older you get, probably.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I joined the gym that I did now. Like I joined Crunch and it's actually the busiest gym in the nation as far as Crunch goes. Like it's
Wow.
chaos, but also that's where everyone goes. I'm like, it's a lot of great people, networking, connections. So it is true. I definitely feel that.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you're like this, but I'm not a big like crowd person. But I also, if I'm going somewhere that I enjoy, I don't mind crowds at all. It's really weird. Like if I'm somewhere that I don't like being, I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. All these people. Then if I'm at the gym and it's packed, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Look at all everyone working out. You know?
It depends on if they're using the equipment that you need, I think.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure.
No, but it is nice. I don't know. I think it's something about the gym too. It's just like everyone's in there working, grinding. Like it's just there's a different energy that feels good. Like I like having a lot of people there, and I go through different seasons. Like my other gym that I go to is completely empty, like no one in there. So if I want to lock in and grind and not have to deal with anyone, that's where I go. But if I want more of that energy and that social aspect, then I go to Crunch. So I feel like it just depends on like where you're at with your training, what you prefer. I definitely cycle through both though.
Well, I think in general too, you got that big like growth vibe. Like everyone's there to like improve themselves in some way or another, and I love that vibe. I love that feeling. Like you said, that energy.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of my training too, I for one, you'll be happy to know I stopped running for now at least.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, if you want to run, run. I'm just not jumping on the running bandwagon right now.
Yeah, I love in all our team meetings, like me and one of our other teammates, Nick, we're always like talking about running. You're just like, I don't get it. I don't understand what you guys are doing.
Yeah, and Nick's like, well, what do you do for conditioning? I'm like, I walk. He's like, all right, well, I walk a lot. I walk all the time. I don't sit down. I stand. I'm pretty much moving all day, and it works well for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm trying to give my body a break. I've been like it's been really bad. Like just the last 6 months, I've been so fatigued, haven't been able to do anything. So I really got to take a step back and figure out what's going on. I think I'm actually gonna hire a coach for myself too, and just I'm in a season where I just really want to lock the fuck in. I want to get to like a crazy good physique. I want to get crazy good at volleyball. I want to really perform at a good level in my training too, and running, and just kind of be. I don't want to say hybrid athlete, but just like be able to balance all those things, and just like look good like at an elite level and then like perform at elite level. So I think it's going to be a fun season just to like have some new goals, learn some new things from a higher level coach, and stuff that I can apply to clients too. So I think it's going to be a fun season.
Yeah, and you mentioned hiring a coach. I mean, I heard someone talking about this, and I totally agree. He was like, I hire a coach for all kinds of things, and he was like, I might as well learn from an expert. It's totally worth the money, then I learn and grow as well, and then I can do it on my own. But and he was talking about hiring like a gardener coach. And I was like, he was like just someone that knows what they're doing. He said, I don't know what I'm doing out there in the garden, but I wanted to grow this like amazing garden, so I hired someone to come out there and walk me through, set me up like a season, and then next season I could do it on my own. But he knew everything from like where to plant, what to plant, everything like that. And he said I learned so much from him. He said it's just totally worth it to have a coach, and if you have a passion, you want to learn more about something.
Yeah, we all need coaches. Like I've used fitness coaches in the past, even though I'm a coach myself. Like I generally know all the things to do. I think I'm in a season now too. It's like I'm stepping into a lot of new areas that I'm not necessarily like a pro in or that I haven't navigated personally. So that's where having a coach is helpful too. It's like they basically fast track you to like like I could do it all on my own for sure. Like I know what I'm doing, but it's like I'd much rather have someone who's at a higher level help like accelerate my progress and help teach me a lot too. Again, that I can apply to myself in the future, I can apply to clients. So I feel like there is so much value depend like no matter where you're at in life, like we all need a coach in any area.
Yeah, so much value.
Have you ever hired a fitness coach for yourself?
I have not.
Hmm.
But I mean, I'm constantly talking to other coaches and trainers and trying to learn as much as I can from them because I mean, I don't know it all. I think I know quite a bit and I'm very confident in my knowledge, but there's always someone you can learn from, or whether it's just an experience that they've had, or maybe there's something new that's come out, or just another way to phrase or explain something. So I think it's great to not look at other trainers as competition, but rather look at other trainers as someone that you can learn and grow from.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for me too, I've definitely been frustrated just because I feel like I'm doing all the right things and then my body's just like, nah, we're not, we're not having it. So I am really excited. And I just feel fired up, like just ready to lock in. I think I'll get back from this trip and just like really dial things up. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Well, shall we get into our habits?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, and I want to mention too. You did mention this in the beginning, but these are all habits that we do. But the key to all this is that we do them consistently. It's
Hmm.
not like they're habits that work well, but we just do them every now and then. I mean, we are locked in terms of we do these so often, so consistently, and that is why I think we get so much benefit from them.
Yeah, that's the key with all of this is like you can go to the gym once, you can meal prep once, you can do anything once, and that's great, but it's not going to make a big impact if that's all it is. Like we need to be consistent day after day, month after month, year after year.
All right, let's get started out. You start off. Like, tell me a habit that you are super consistent that you think has given you tons of value.
Well, kind of because we were talking about it earlier, it's just walking. So underrated. I know we talk about it all the time. People are probably sick of it by now, but it is that good.
It really is, and it's something that I have honestly new to it. And what I mean by that is when I first started training, I always like mocked walking and I always looked down on it, like walking. Like when people were like, oh, I'm like, oh, what do you do for exercise? They're like, walk. I'm like, well, like what actually do you do for exercise? And of course I've matured and learned and that walks are fantastic and I love them now. And it kind of started more of like, I would go for walks like with my dogs and that was probably it. Fast forwarded now where I am always walking. And I think one of the things too that's helped me out is that walking pad. I mean,
Mhm.
that has been a game changer because I love being outdoors and I think it's, the best benefits you can get are from walking outside. However, that doesn't always work out, whether it's late at night or it's raining outside or it's too cold or I'm having to do stuff where I can't walk. I have to do some work or I want to watch a game or something. But that walking pad, I mean, I can multitask so well. And I'm just stepping away. And before you know it, I've got like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 steps on. I'm like, sweet, it's racking this up.
Yeah, it's the best overall, just like physically for the physical benefits, also the mental benefits. I feel like that's where I get a ton from. It's just I'm so much more creative. It just allows me to go and clear my mind. And most of the time, like I said, like I get honestly like 15,000 steps a day on average, like without even trying at this point. Just it helps being in Florida too, which is so beautiful. I'm walking by the water, or I'm walking on calls, or doing some work and stuff, or playing volleyball. So that definitely helps. But having intentional walks too, I love doing it like first thing in the morning, sunrise, go by the water, watch the sun come up. And that's where it's just like I'm having my quiet time to just think and process. I'm planning out my day in my head, just having the creative thoughts flow. That's also where I'll like go and pray and like just really connect with God and just do whatever I need to do to set the tone for my day and like recharge myself. So I especially love early morning sunrise walks, but again, like anytime. I do it all day, every day in the sun, midday, sunset, like walks all the time. Like can never get enough of that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you in terms of course, you feel better physically, but mentally you feel really, really good too. Just kind of clears out and gives you a good opportunity to just think and talk and pray.
hmm It's also my favorite way to hang out with people. It's like every single time I'm hanging out with a new person or my friends, it's like, let's go for a walk. And so we'll just walk for an hour and talk. And that's another way that I rack up so many steps. Is like, that's always the thing I'm doing when I'm connecting with people.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Also, like listening to music too is always a good one too. Like, usually I don't. Like, I like some sort of like quiet or prayer or something, but also like if I just want to like jam out, listen to some music, that's also a good vibe too, just like by the water or whatnot. So that's always fun.
All right,
How
so
about you? What's
yeah,
next up?
so speaking of the morning walks, because I love morning walks as well, and of course I don't live by the beach, but if I when I do go on vacation, like I love just walking when the sun rises. But one thing that I've done and this is something that's not new to me, I've been doing this forever, is I win the morning, and what I mean by that is every morning, it doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing, I always get in 50 to 60 grams of protein. And I think that is just such a great start to the day, builds that foundation already. And I mean, you're already so much closer to your goal by the end of the day, and you don't have to worry about it. It just kind of sets that tone for a fantastic day.
Yeah, so key. And what you typically do, your protein shake, protein coffee, or what do you usually do to get that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel bad like for my protein shake because I did that for so long. Like I said, I think I had like 10,000 shakes, and like last couple of months I've been ditching it for my protein coffee because I absolutely love the protein coffee. But yeah, so I'll do the protein coffee or I'll do shakes. I've done creamy lately over the summer, which was fantastic. And those are the three things I typically do. And one of the reasons I like that, and some people might listen and say, well, that's not really like whole food. Like it's, what about, and I like those because I can keep the calories way down and the protein really high. And it gives me just so much more room throughout the day to eat whole foods and more that I want. But if I am going to eat breakfast, and sometimes I do like with whole foods, it'll be like eggs, or I'll make some protein pancakes, or sausage, or omelets, things like that, or sometimes my favorite thing is like leftovers. I'll just grab like some ground beef or ground chicken or something, put it in omelet, and it's just like a huge boost. But yeah, I think it's just so important to start off that day with just tons of protein.
Yeah, you mentioned the creamy. That's one of my daily habits now. That's become a staple. I cannot live without it at this point. It's such a hack though, because you're like you said, it's lower calorie, high protein, and you're basically getting ice cream. You get to have it every single day, but it's not gonna derail your progress, or it's not full of sugar and a bunch of added shit. So I freaking love it. I've been enjoying switching it up, just doing a bunch of like fruity flavors. I'll usually just do cup of Fairlife milk, whether that's chocolate or just the traditional one. And then if I want to do something fruity, I'll put some fruit in there, and then with like usually vanilla protein powder. What I have a shit ton of Legion protein, so I'll mix up the flavors. But I've been really liking like chocolate peanut butter, just like double chocolate, and just doing something like that. So satisfies the need for something sweet, but also it's just like so tasty, so easy. So that's been one of my go-tos for sure.
It really is an easy way to keep the calories down and get a lot of protein in. And I wasn't sure if I was convinced with all the hype over how good it tastes. but it really does taste like you just got some ice cream from the store. I don't know how they do it, but like
Mhm.
you do it. I mean, there's no difference except I have no sugar in my thing and I have like 60 grams protein.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah. We need a creamy sponsorship at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Ninja, if you're listening, hit us up.
I guess let's do all this. Let's get it going.
What else you got?
All right, so let's talk about. I'm going to talk about. I was actually kind of just scanning through. We'll stay on the nutrition side of things. So I typically have about 2 to 3 go-to meals for every meal that I have, including snacks. And the reason I brought this up today because it just takes out so much of the guesswork, so much of the stress, the overcomplication of things. Just I know that for the most part, for lunch, I'm going to have one of these 3 meals. Easy to prepare. I know what's in it. I know how much protein I'm going to eat. I know how many calories. I know how it's going to taste. I know how I'm going to feel afterwards. And I do that, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including snacks. It just simplifies that whole process. And I know exactly what I'm getting, and it's so easy to plan and prepare for everything.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I had one on my list, which is just meal prep. I've been doing that for probably at least like a decade at this point. Like I cannot like every single week I have my meals planned out. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to spend time cooking during the day. So kind of similar to you, like I have my staple meals or staple bases that I just have on repeat and everything's planned out every single week. On the weekend I'll go and prep everything so that way I'm set up.
Shifting over to the workout side of things, I think one of the things, and I've seen a lot about this lately, and I don't know if this is one of those things like the red car thing, whatever, where you think about things a lot and all of a sudden you start seeing it all the time. But I feel like a lot of people still have that all or none mindset. And what I mean by that is they're like, if I'm not going to be able to complete my workout the way it's supposed to be or the way I have it planned, then I'm not going to go. If it's a stressful day, I'm not going to go to the workout. If I don't feel fantastic, I'm not going to go. And that's one thing that I've always done. I have my 5 to 6 workouts a week, and I go no matter what. It doesn't matter if I have some injuries I'm dealing with. It doesn't matter if I don't feel great that day. It doesn't matter if I can't have a super intense workout. It doesn't matter if I don't have nearly as much time. I go and I at least show up and do something. And I think that has been such a great thing for me just because it keeps that momentum and consistency. And then it keeps that identity of just like, hey, I'm someone that always goes and it doesn't really matter. I don't have to guess, oh, should I go to work out today? Am I going to work out? It's like, that's part of the plan today. I'm going no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that mentality too of no matter what's going on, even if it's not perfect, even if it looks a little bit different, you have to do a home workout or you have to shorten it or whatever. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck and in that all or nothing mentality. So yeah, it's just like being the person that shows up, does it no matter what, and being able to stick with it for decades and decades is such a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, and I think sometimes too, people if they miss a workout or two, then they miss the next one. Then all of a sudden, that becomes that habit that they're missing workouts, and it's so much harder to get back into things like that instead of just going and saying, okay, you know what? I have like 10 minutes. I'm going to do a set of 3 sets of squats and then leave. Hey, I think that is fantastic because again, it shows like this is a priority to me and this is something that I'm doing today, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Hmm. Yeah, another one that I've done consistently for years is journaling. And more recently, I like calling it more of a reset time where it's like I'm doing my journaling, I'm doing some reading, I'm, just like sitting, getting some sun, or just like allowing myself to reset and recharge midday. But yeah, journaling, I know I've talked about it a ton, but it has been probably the most transformative habit for me. And then combining that with reading and just getting some sun, resetting a little bit, that's been one that's non negotiable for me and something that I need to prioritize every day. And the days that I don't, I noticeably like it's crazy how much I'm like my anxiety comes in, just like I feel very off. So that's been a big one for me.
Yeah, I love journaling. I've done it before, but I've not been very consistent with the journaling things. For me, I'm definitely been really consistent with reading. And I guess just in terms of like my health and fitness journal, I'm always trying to learn more. Whether that's listening to another podcast or that's reading an article or watching a YouTube video or sometimes just, I mean, it can be on basic things that I already am very knowledgeable about, but I like the way this trainer explains it or maybe they have a variation of this or something like that, or some new research comes out. And so I'm like we said earlier, I'm talking to other trainers and, finding out like how their training's going, what's working well for them and how their clients are doing and things like that. So I'm always trying to just learn more about this whole world, and specifically health journal or health journey, and trying to apply it to my life as well. And so I'll think, oh, maybe I can do that, or I'll take something, I'll modify it towards me, and like I'm not going to do it exactly that way, but this could work for me really well.
Yeah, just constantly learning, trying to take things from other people. That's kind of what we hope that people will take from this episode too. It's like seeing what we're doing, try it, experiment, tweak it to what's going to work for you, and find that flow of the things that work optimally for you and help you get the most bang for your buck.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing I think that's worked really well for me is I pretty much wake up same time every day. And that could be on holidays, it could be on vacation. It doesn't matter. I kind of pretty much, and sometimes there's a little window where I might, sleep in 15 minutes or something like that, which is nothing. So I don't even know why I do that, to be honest with you sometimes, but I typically wake up the same time every single day. And I think that's really good because again, it just sets that tone for I know when I'm going to be up. I'm going to have a successful day. I'm going to have plenty of time to be productive in the morning. And then I just feel better the rest of the day. And I'm not creating any kind of jet lag type response. And so I feel good that way. And I just think, again, it's the consistency of every single day. This is when I wake up.
Yeah, and one for me going along those same lines is just getting up early.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood people that can sleep in past like 7. Even 7 is like super late for me. I just like I cannot. I love my mornings. Like me and my friend were talking yesterday. Actually, it's like I want to get everything done in the morning. I wish that there was more morning time because like I literally want to get everything done. I want all my workouts. I want to go for my walk. I want to do my quiet time. I want to do my deep work. Like I want to fit it all in the morning. I just love it so much. I'm so focused. It's the best part of the day.
I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I get up like around 4:30 or so, and I'm like 7 o'clock. I'm like, man, I've been up for like 2.5 hours. Like by 8 o'clock, I'm like, man, gosh, this day has been so long. And it doesn't have to. I know that people are like, well, are you telling us we have to wake up early? No, you don't have to wake up early. I mean, everyone's schedule is different, and that works really well for me, and it sounds like it works really well for you. But I do think having a consistent go to bed time and a consistent wake up time is so very valuable.
Yeah, and at least with early morning wakes, I just feel like you get so much more done before, like, while everyone else is sleeping. At least for me, I feel like if I do end up sleeping in one of the days to like 6 or 7 or whatever it is, I'm just like, I feel like my whole day is wasted. I feel like I'm like catching up, and so I don't like that feeling. I like being on top of stuff. I like getting ahead for the day, just setting myself up for success, getting all the priority tasks done, and then feeling a lot more at ease the rest of the day. So that's definitely been one of my go-tos. I have always gotten up super early, but I feel like I progressively like pushed it earlier and earlier because I just love it so much.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you on that. So speaking of like having a productive day, do you have your day pretty much scheduled? I mean, I pretty much know the answer to that, but I want you to explain to everyone what your day typically looks like.
Yeah, another one I swear by is just daily to-do lists, calendar blocks, just everything structured to a psychotic degree. Again, you don't need to be like me. This is just how I operate. This is just how I am. But yeah, like my to-do list is like absurd. If anyone saw it, they'd probably freak out. But I love writing everything down. If it is not on my to-do list, it's not going to get done. So I have everything written out. I have everything time blocked. I have everything in my calendar as well, and just like planned out what blocks I'm doing when I have my calls, everything. So that's just the way that I operate, and just like having structure so that way I know like what tasks I need to do, how I'm bouncing from thing to thing, and then also structuring my times where like I have my deep work block where no one is disturbing me. Like I don't take calls at certain times, so that way I can lock in, get in all my priority tasks, set myself up for the day, and then from there, I have my block for calls, I have my block for gym and everything else. So I got to have everything structured and scheduled that way and on my to-do list. And I just love even just going through and checking everything off every day. So that's just how I do it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm definitely not as organized as you are. I always thought I was pretty organized. Then I met you. I was like, oh my gosh, like she's got everything just like, which is amazing. I mean, that's definitely helped me grow as well. But yeah, I do have a routine though. So, and it may be different from Monday to a Saturday or something, but I do have the routine. And as from this time to this time, this is basically what I'm doing. And then I have this set up. And I am schedule in break times and like, hey, I want to read around this time. I want to, watch the game during this time or whatever it may be. But I do have the day pretty structured, so I have a pretty good plan of what I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah, and I think that's important for everyone. Again, you don't need to be to the crazy level that I do with every little detail, but you generally need to know when you're doing stuff. Especially, we always say, like, schedule your workouts like any other meeting. Like, if it's not there, if it's not on your calendar, it's not going to be a priority. So, schedule what's important. Recently, too, I like scheduled my time to connect with God because that's something that I feel like it always ends up pushing back or slipping. So, it's like, schedule it. Whatever's important, schedule it in there. Make sure you have your block, make sure it's on your to do list or whatever you got to do. So that way you can be consistent with it.
Yeah, and some people may not think this directly correlates with the health journey, but I think it does. I mean, prayer is a big part of my daily routine and something that I consistently do all the time. And I have certain times a day that I pray. I pray in the morning, I pray in the evening, but then I also make sure that I'm praying throughout the day. And one of the things that you had talked about, which I'll let you go into more detail, but gratitude. Always want to start off my prayers, and I'm trying to do a better job of this where I'm thinking throughout the day of like the things that I'm really thankful for, and instead of all the things that I want or that I need help with or something like that. But yeah, just constantly talking to God and telling him my joys, my excitements, as well as the things that I'm challenged with and need his love for sure on.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, as far as gratitude, that's one that I've done pretty much every single day for years and years as well. That ties into my journaling too. Like every single time I journal, I do gratitude first, and I've done that for the longest time. And again, it's so simple. It's just writing out a few things you're grateful for. It takes a few minutes, and it just shifts your whole outlook on life and the way that you're showing up. So been leaning into that a lot. And then I've also been doing the same thing. Like when I pray, I'll like focus on the gratitude piece, especially as opposed to just like hey, like help me with this, or I need these things. It's like more just gratitude, being grateful for where I'm at, the things that like where I've gotten to, that type of thing. So I think that's a really big one, and again, it's so simple. And then kind of going along with that too, one thing that I've made a habit of too is just encouraging others, and this can be like on like it's not necessarily every day. It's kind of more as stuff comes up. It's like I'm always trying to be a light in people's life. Like with any interaction I have, I'm just trying to see what I can pour into them. Just like asking more questions, being curious. That's something that, especially in the last few weeks, that I've been like really trying to focus on, and just having more conversations and all that. But even just encouraging others in the sense is like I always like sending videos or messages like whenever I'm thinking about people, just like, hey, like I freaking appreciate you. Like thanks for all you do. Or like was thinking about you, hope you have an awesome trip or whatever it is. Like little things like that, just sending a video, sending a voice message to people when you're thinking about it. I think it makes way more of a difference than you think. It takes a few seconds. Like it's nothing crazy, it's nothing monumental, but it really does make such a big impact. And like, it makes you feel good too. It makes you feel more connected to people. So that's one that I've loved doing, and that I want to continue to do just because I think it builds such great relationships. Or even if you're leading teams, I feel like it really helps strengthen that bond.
Well, I think that goes back to prayer and gratitude. When you have His Word and His love as your foundation, it's a lot easier to be able to handle the stressors of the world, and makes it a lot easier to be joyful no matter what the situation around you is. And that helps you to be more encouraging to others, and it helps you to want to look out for other people and celebrate them and encourage them and be that joyful people that people like to be around and want to be around. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, this is a simple one that you can just implement. Just like whenever you think about someone, send them a thank you, send them a quick note, just saying that you appreciate them, that you're grateful for them, whatever it is. It'll go a long way.
Yeah, and I want to mention too one more thing I was thinking about that I've done last few days, and it's been amazing the peace that it's brought me. But I've decided to say out loud, like, I trust you, Lord, in this. Right? I trust
Mm.
you, God, in this. Whenever something, and it doesn't have to be something negative or challenging. It could be something great. Like I wake up, and say, oh man, today's gonna be a great day. And but I'll say it out loud, and whatever or why that works well, I don't know. But I've just had so much more peace just saying, God, today could be a tough day. I trust you in this part aspect of the day, or I trust you, God, that you're going to take care of this. I trust you, God, that you're going to be with me through this. And man, I'll tell you what, the last like maybe 5 or 6 days, like it's just my level of peace has been, just jumped big time, and I truly believe this just because he's like, hey, dude, I'm with you, man. I got you. I'm with you the whole time. You're good. So I really feel that for sure.
Yeah, no, it makes such a big difference. Like just that level of peace and just take some of the pressure off of you and just like just trusting, like you knowing it's going to work, surrendering the stuff, the fears, the doubts, whatever it is. So I think that is such a good one. Like it sounds simple, sounds like almost like how could it work, but it really does.
It really truly does. And then there's one more thing I wanted to, and of course you can add anything if you want to add, but one more thing I wanted to add too is when I'm on vacation or when there's long holidays or something where it's not my typical routines, I still have, and it's pretty much all of these that we just talked about, I have these anchor habits no matter where I go. Right. So yeah, I might on vacation, I might have a few more burgers or I might have some pizza, I might eat a little more than I normally do, something like that. But all those things we talked about, like I'm pretty much doing on vacation as well. And that just makes that transition from into vacation, out of vacation so much easier. And it doesn't really disrupt my routines, my healthy lifestyle.
It kind of ties into the consistency that we were talking about earlier too. It's like even when you're on vacation, even when things don't look perfect, it's like we have the plan, we have those anchors that we're sticking to, so that way you can be consistent and just stay true to yourself and the habits that you want to build.
All right. So those are some of our favorite habits. And I mean, I feel like each one is simple on its own, but together, I feel like they create such a big impact, right? They create the momentum, and the key again, it's not perfection. I mean, I'm not perfect at all. I know I make mistakes in a lot of the things I do, but it's just the consistency, right? And so hopefully, this gives you some ideas to try out and modify maybe for your lifestyle. It works well for you. So take a habit, take a few of the habits, start small, make it your own. You don't have to overhaul everything. And we actually would recommend you not taking like all these and throwing them all at once. Like pick one or two that you think really could implement like tomorrow that could be realistic, layer in the habits and see yourself doing them long term.
Yeah. Also, before we go, I have a major announcement. We are launching our $10,000 scholarship this week as of when this is going live. So October 13th through the 19th is when applications are open. And basically, we're giving away free coaching. Literally, free coaching. So it's such an incredible opportunity. We do this maybe once a year. I always love this. It's amazing to see like everyone's stories and just be able to impact people at this level. So all you have to do is fill out an application. One winner is going to win 3 months of free coaching with us, no strings attached. So that's going to be amazing. And then again, we're giving away $10,000 in partial scholarships to a handful of applicants as well. So huge, huge, huge opportunity. We love giving back. And so, yeah, really excited for this. So if you've been on the edge, if you're thinking about it, like this is the opportunity for sure. So take advantage. Again, there's nothing to lose. Apply. You can win free coaching, if not potential partial scholarship. So, yeah, applications close on the 19th, which is a Sunday, and then I'll announce the winner on the 20th, and we'll be able to go from there. So super excited. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. I'll link the application in the show notes. And then, yeah, if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with a friend who could use some inspiration or some ideas with some of these habits. And we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.